This seems to be requested in so many comments of all my videos recently. I know I said I would be doing like a wedding guest dressing video, but that'll be coming next week. But I thought I'd just give you a little tour of my wardrobe. Since we've moved into this house, I don't think I've done anything like it, and last weekend I had a huge sort out of all my winter stuff, all my summer stuff, so I've got piles of stuff waiting to be like given to charity and sold and all the rest of it. But while everything's looking neat, because I don't know how long that's going to last, I thought I would show you kind of how I lay out my wardrobes, my favourite pieces, and yeah, just how I kind of order stuff and keep everything organised, because it's a task, it's a real task. Joanne and I have these wardrobes built into our bedroom. I have the corner wardrobe, which I think because Joe wasn't here, he was working on the day we actually moved in, I got to decide who got which. I'm not convinced it's totally much bigger than Joe's, but I needed all the space I could get. But the only thing is, it's really hard to open, so you almost have to like lean into it. Also, really quick disclaimer, my fringe today has gone a little bit ABBA in the heat. I can't really do much about it, but thought I'd let you know. I think it's the reunion, fringe got excited. But yes, this is my wardrobe. I have 4 different sections, kind of with everything jutted about. So top here I have all my tops, which is more primarily like blouses, shirts, some knitwear that's cropped and won't really drop. Everything kind of in a colour order as well, but in my old wardrobe everything was totally mixed and just colour ordered, so it's really nice to actually have the space to be able to facilitate just certain groups of clothes, so I actually know what I have before I go on a crazy spending rampage. When I actually see everything hanging up, I think there are so many things that I've had for such a long time. I'll show you some of my favourite things. This top, this is from And Other Stories. I got this last summer and I wore this when we had an engagement party, and it's just a really simple wrap top, but it's something I bought and I've had so much wear out of it. I think they've got quite a few similar things in store. Oh, this is new. This is from TOPSHOP, and I bought this recently. It really reminds me of some of the Ganni kind of yellow organza tops. I know it's not organza, it's more cotton, but it's this really pretty gingham kind of wrap top. I'm hoping to find something that will look quite nice underneath it, but I bought that recently. Very excited to wear it with white jeans. What else have I got in here that I like? There's so many things. This top is probably one of my most favourites. It's not got a hanger. And this is this ISABEL MARANT one, which I got a couple of years ago now. Probably one of the most, I don't really ever buy kind of designer clothes because I can't really afford them, but this is something I had a voucher towards, and it's just the prettiest little ruffled embroidered blouse. It's really vintage looking. There are just so many different shirts, blouses, or the TOPSHOP top I keep wearing. This realisation top that I got again about 2 years ago now, that I just love. It's super low, but it's just so slinky and really cool. So yeah, this is where all my tops live. Underneath I have some folded jeans. Jeans are probably the thing I have most of in my wardrobe. I have such a huge collection of jeans and I just love them. I wear them all. I probably don't actually, but I've culled them down quite a lot, but I've started to fold up the ones that I wear the most. There's a couple of pairs of shorts here. I've got an American Apparel pair that I just love, and I hope I will, I say how I always fit into them, I won't always fit into them, but I just love them. They're really great high-waisted mom shorts. I kind of basically fold up all the jeans I wear the most, so here I've got my Levi's wedgie fit jeans, which I wear all the time. So they're just within easy access really, because I just always, if I don't know what to wear, it's nice to just have something you can really easily access. And I've got these BDG ones from Urban Outfitters. And yeah, there's about 8 pairs there, which is more than anyone should have in their wardrobe as is. On the bottom of the wardrobe I have all my jackets. I love them, but they're the thing that takes up the most space. It's so nice actually when you go from winter to summer, because you can put all your coats away and they just hoard all of this section normally. But I do have a lot of jackets, I've realised. There's a lot of tailoring. I've got a Barber jacket. Let me come down. I've also got lots of different blazers. This is probably my favourite. This I bought last year, which is from JIGSAW. I had to think about that then, and it's this really gorgeous, almost like thick cottony linen mustard coloured man jacket, and I love it so much. It looks so cool. I also recently bought this jacket from Beyond Retro, and it's just this really cute little cropped gingham 80s. I mean, it says, I say 80s. I think it's 80s. It usually has a decade on it, but yeah, this little cropped gingham jacket, which I thought would look really cool with white denim or little white dresses in the summer. Yeah, really love that. So yeah, basically down here it's lots of things like that. Quite a few suits. I have this one as well. which you may or may not remember. This is the ASOS kind of pyjama suit from a few years ago, and I wore it on my birthday, and it's just so gorgeous. It's just really slinky, just easy to wear, like almost, I'm not sure, it feels quite 20s. It's really cool, but yeah, I've had this in my wardrobe for such a long time and just really love it. Don't think I'll ever get rid of that. This is probably one of my favourite jackets, and it's this suit from Massimo Dutti, pardon the pronunciation, which I bought at the beginning of the year, and it's just the coolest, really lovely tailored jacket and trousers. Really 60s, very Mick Jagger, and yeah, absolutely love that. I've worn it a few times, but not enough. There's still not enough occasions to wear a cool suit like that, but yeah, that is all jackets, and it's quite nice because I feel like with a wardrobe that's broken up like this, it makes it really easy to build outfits. If you're someone that really struggles to know what to wear in the mornings, it's really nice to be able to be like, okay, so I'm going to wear this blouse, these jeans and that jacket, and kind of build it like that, opposed to just looking at a mass. And I know I've got a bit of space here, so there is the luxury of actually laying things out like that, but I do think even if you have a rail, it's really nice to kind of section things so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of just looking at a mass of things going, ah! Let's move on to the other section. I closed this. This is probably my biggest collection of anything, and it's the dresses and jumpsuits, anything long basically, and yeah, there's quite a huge selection. A lot of it actually, thinking about it, has been in here for quite a while, but I thought I'd pull out some of my favourite pieces and talk to you about them. I'm going to start off on this section and this dress, which I bought actually last summer, so it's quite recent, and it is this little pretty white kind of broderie on glaze button-up dress, and this was actually from Zara Kids. I think they go up to an age 16, which is around a size 10, so sometimes it's worth checking. Their accessories are amazing as well. They do great little baskets and really gorgeous bits, and really cool things, and they're a lot cheaper than adult Zara. I've got the Ganni dress, which I speak about all the time. Moving on, I've got some bits I picked up in Marks and Spencer's recently, which I'm sure will be coming to a video near you soon. This is a really gorgeous floral mid-length dress, which I love. We have this RIXO dress, which is actually really creased. I took it out of storage like last weekend, and it wasn't folded up as well as it should have been, but I bought this last year as well, and their dresses are just so perfect and just so beautifully made, so that I love. This dress is one of my favourites as well. This is from And Other Stories, and I feel like I just tried to get this for such a long time, and it's this gorgeous full-length rainbow pleated like trumpet sleeve dress. I think everything you could say about it that would be like make it more elaborate, it has in it, but it's just so cool. I think it'd be quite a fun wedding guest dress, if not a little bit out there. You never want to outshine, but this is so much fun. It's such a sunny, summery dress, and just a real feel-good piece, so I absolutely love that. I've got a lot of kind of old TOPSHOP pieces that I love. I feel like I've got more old TOPSHOP in my wardrobe than new TOPSHOP. I think I've spoken about this in my last wardrobe video, but this is the Barbara Hulanicki for TOPSHOP dress. I tried so hard to get this when it came out, and I missed it, and then I actually picked this up on eBay. I feel like at the moment I've actually been searching for a couple of the Kate Moss for TOPSHOP dresses on eBay, so I'm keeping my eyes out. But I absolutely love this one. It actually had shoulder pads in it when I first bought it, and I took those out because I feel like I'm broad enough as it is sometimes. But I absolutely love it. It's very short, that's the only thing. I did have to wear like cycling shorts underneath it, which isn't that sexy, but I love that. Speaking of vintage TOPSHOP, I also have this dress, which I don't know if anyone remembers. This isn't from a collection in particular, but I remember seeing this in a spread in Lula magazine, and I think Leith Clark had like styled it all, and it just looked so beautiful. I think the model had these really big Bambi-eyed makeup and big kind of 60s like vixen curls, and it looked amazing, and I just fell in love with this dress there and then. It's this really lovely weighty kind of silk fabric, and it just feels like a really special piece, so I can never let that go. I don't really wear it very often at all. I can't remember the last time I did, but I just love the print on it so much that I'm adamant that it has to stay. Another favourite TOPSHOP piece. This is probably one of the most expensive things I've ever bought in terms of clothing. Accessories I think slightly different, but I remember this was the TOPSHOP unique dress that just flew out of all the shops. I didn't realise the hanger coordinated. That's fun. That infamous Alexa Chung dress that feel like it flew up. It's just so, so gorgeous. The sleeves are amazing. The layers underneath are incredible. There's just so many different layers underneath that, which makes the skirt really gorgeous. And I just completely love it. And I think it's nice to have almost like archive pieces that you just go back to year and year again. Oh, this is probably the last thing I'm going to mention in terms of dresses. It is this dress, which is probably one of the dresses that I've had maybe since I started blogging. The buttons aren't really done up, but it's this really cute little denim smock dress with this really pretty frilled like bib collar from Olive, and I've just had it for years, and it just every year it just is so good at spring because it's a short dress, long sleeves, and I always feel good in it, and it's smocky, so I feel like no matter how many cakes and bread I eat, it still fits. It's fail safe. And then I have this one. So pretty. It's a really lovely dress. It's got these little straps that tie up here as well, and this goes off the shoulder. Again, it's such a special like occasion dress, but just not really something you could wear to a wedding, I don't think, because it's so glitzy and special that, I don't know, might be veering on bridesmaid territory, but I absolutely love this. I bought it for the BAFTA party I went to, which was just the most surreal thing, and I panicked and I was like, I need a dress, and I picked up this one. The last section in my wardrobe is the jeans and trousers and skirts, so bottoms basically. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because it's a little bit boring. There's lots of trousers and skirts, but they're all ordered. So I have white trousers here, denim here, dungarees folded up here, and then towards the back there's more coloured trousers, skirts. It's really not that interesting as part of the wardrobe just because everything is folded up, out of the way and neat. But yeah, I feel like there's just lots of denim. You get the gist. And then at the bottom there's one of my favourite little bags at the moment, which is the MULBERRY Seaton, the mini one, and it's just so gorgeous. So because I haven't got too much storage for anything else, I kind of try and keep things looking quite neat. But yeah, this is the main wardrobe. I have a couple of other things I want to show you, which are just over here. So I'm going to take you over here and show you some bags and shoes. I also have this cupboard, so perhaps I do have a bit more storage than I initially let on to, but this is where I store all my bags and shoes. The top three are all bags. It's quite hard to store them efficiently, but there's a real mix there. These are kind of more coloured bags. This is more blacks and blues, and then this is more straw and black shoes. So although it kind of looks a bit chaotic, it all does make a lot of sense to me. My favourite bags are, of course, this Mansell Gabrielle Circle, kind of almost hat box style bag, if your hats are just berries. This little straw bag, which I picked up in Brighton, I think at the Tidy Street store, which I use all the time. And then this little Claire V one. I also love this, which is actually a recent addition from Label Mix. And it's this little kind of almost shopper style bag, which is so cute. And this is by a brand called ZOCALO CHIC. ZOCALO CHIC. I really like that. It's really summery and really pretty, so I really like that. I'm not trying to rush this, but there's just so much to talk about, and I feel like I've waffled on for so long. And then underneath, further down here, are more kind of sandals and heels. These are probably my most worn pair of heels I've ever bought. I bought these actually on impulse from Zara. I think I had a dinner or something, and I realised I had no black heels, and I picked these up maybe 3 years ago. They were just like maybe £29, and they're just patent chunky heel ones, and I wear them all the time. They're so fail safe. I also have my espadrilles, which again, got so much wear out of these. I bought these maybe last year. And then at the bottom, these are just more like gym shoes, slippers, more kind of random shoes, like my ballet pumps for the ballet classes I might have taken twice last year. I feel very cool having them in my gym bag, that I'm just like, yeah, these are my ballet shoes. I do ballet. That is kind of that section of my wardrobe. I'm not going to divulge too much. I feel like sometimes with this, if you take out one bag, it's like Jenga, and then you might be alright, or it all might come crumbling down. But yes, maybe this is a video in itself to go through in depth at another time. One of the last little corners I'm going to talk to you about is this set of cupboards here. Also got this dress hanging up here, which is from New Year's Eve, and it's a Free People one that I bought, and it's just completely thick with silver sequins, and it's got this really cool low back and tie like that. But I always have this out on display. It reminds me that, you know, this girl does get out every now and again. This is where all my knitwear sits, which, believe it or not, it is folded. It looks not so good. I try and keep all my knitwear folded up. I think when I worked in retail, a few of the shops I worked in would always fold the knitwear because it would just stretch so much if it was on a hanger. The weight of it would it would lose its shape really quickly basically, and I've really tried to take note of that, and because we have got this kind of set of storage which could definitely be used in other ways more efficiently, is really useful for folding up jumpers and things. And yes, I've got some of my favourite knits in here. I've got the Ganni jumper down here, which I love, and then this jumper which I've been wearing so much recently. This is from Shinty and Parker, and it's this little cashmere jumper which is so cool. This jumper actually is another favourite of recent times, and it's this one which is actually inside out, but this is from And Other Stories. They do the best high street knitwear, I think, in my opinion. I also have, just next to you there, some drawers with all my t-shirts in, but I'm not even going to try and open those today because they are so messy and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to open them. There's just, everything is completely hectic. But I have basically got the biggest collection of like band t-shirts, striped t-shirts. It's ridiculous. Like some of them I bought in like 2012 and they look like they've shrunk in the wash because they're so small, but I just can't bear to get rid of them, but they will live in here like so. I'm just gonna pretend I'm only opening that a little bit, whereas actually I can't get it further open. So that is a mini tour of my wardrobe. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't too waffly or rushed. I know that I didn't go into a huge amount of depth, but I feel like when there's so much going on, it's quite hard to literally dissect item by item. But if you'd like to see anything in particular kind of leading on from this, do let me know. Next week I will be doing my wedding guest dressing video. Also, sorry about the noise if there was a little bit. It's a really hot day, so you have got the windows open. Street noise, pedestrians walking past, you can't help it. But I do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Ignore the casual lean. This is just how I stand. You may recognise me from such films such as... Cut.